Yeah, my people, I greet you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. According to your geographical location, whenever this video gets to you, please, first of all, I greet you. I will support that Christianity should go, especially from Africa. I will support the abolition of Christianity in Africa only if now why I'm saying this is this: every gadget, everything that we are using today is foreign made. The clothes we wear, the shoe we wear, 99% of things we use in Africa are all foreign. They are not African made. They are not Nigerian made. Even the social media we are running today is not originated by Africans. So, many who are calling for the head of the Christians and asking that Christianity should be abolished in Africa, and so many things that have been said about Christianity, I've come to this conclusion that I will support, and I will also join force to ensure that Christianity leaves Africa. If yeah. You see, you can't hold a child down, and you can't hold the person down and still be shouting, leave me, leave me, leave me, while you are holding the person down. One, let's start it from the thing that Christianity comes along with. The whole of African continent should abolish the use of English language. The whole of Africa as a whole should abolish the use of English, because Christianity and the English language comes along. Two, the whole of Africa should abolish the Western world education. The Western world education should be abolished in the whole of African continent. Three, the Western world technology, science and technology should be avoided, should not be allowed in Africa at all. Four, the whole of African nation should do away with Western world currency, should not even trade with the Western world. They should devise and create their own transaction system, their marketing system, and so on and so forth. Five, none of African leaders and Africans should travel to Western world for education, for recreation, for anything at all. They should avoid traveling to Western world. Five, the automobiles, the cars, or anything that has to do with mobility created and produced by the Western world should not be allowed into African continent any longer. Six, Africans should avoid the fabrics, the clothes produced by the Western world. We should put an end to them. In fact, we should not subscribe to their pattern of life. Six, the food produced by the West should not be allowed into African continent. Seven, no African continent should go for any Western world to ask for loan, for assistance. 8, no African nation of any should be allowed any foreigner to come and work in their soil or own a land in their soil or work as an expatriate or whatever you may name it. Every African job should be for Africans. Every high positions should be for Africans. In fact, 10, the African continent should, as a matter of fact, create their own currency, their own technology, their own science, and so on and so forth. 11, if we must be on social media, then let the African scientists and technicians and scientists to create an app like the Facebook, the YouTube, the Instagram, all these social media apps. Let them create African-owned apps that will be used. 12 or 11, if I'm not mistaken, Africans, like the mobile phone we are using today, for us to get our culture back, for us to get our heritage back, we should avoid even this cell phone, because they are not African made. And we can't be on this social media generating quarrel between us and the West, and yet we still continue using their applications. We should avoid all these things. Lest everyone that will see using app like this, phones, computer, name it, television in our houses, radio in our houses, produced by any Western world, that person should be jailed. Furthermore, the governing system called democracy, or the Western world governance system, should be avoided in African continent. We should not borrow a leaf of what the Americans does or what the Chinese does, but let's create our own governance system. Yes. So that we will regain our culture, so that we will regain ourselves. By so doing, both the Christianity, both the educational system, both anything that has to do with the West will give way, and then Africa will start their own life afresh and new. This will be the only time we'll say that Christianity will no longer exist in Africa. In fact, even Islam should be abolished in Africa. In fact, any religion that comes from the West, call it Hindu, call it Buddhist, call it any religion at all that is not of African originated, should not be allowed to exist in Africa. That is the only time we all raise our voice together and say, no more Christianity in Africa. If all this can be achieved and more, then I will raise my voice and mobilize my own army and force to see that Christianity will not exist in Africa and Nigeria again. If only we can do this, we are good to go. None of African leaders should visit any Western world for any reason at all. None of any Western world system, pattern of any kind should be allowed in Africa. Even wearing of clothes, we should go back to our tradition, our forefathers' way of dressing. Anything that has to do, originated from the West, should be completely avoided. When we do so, then we can say, Christianity, bye-bye. If we can't do this, my brother, my sister, we are deceiving ourselves. We can only talk of amendment, we can only talk of reform, but saying abolish, end, my brother, if you can abolish Christianity absolutely in Africa, that means we can stop Africa from breathing air. This is my own opinion. I'd like to hear yours in the comment box. Love you.